working for?
We need some statement?
Sure. If you don't mind just first telling me your first and last name.
My name is Rabbi Yitzchok Deutsch. It's Y-I-T-Z-C-H-O-K. Deutsch is D-E-U-T-S-C-H.
And can you tell me why you're here today?
We are here today because the Zionist intimidations is enough. We don't need more intimidations. This intimidation is unacceptable. Nobody has thought it can go so much, so hard, it will affect us. I'm here as a Jewish person to say that while the Zionists are accusing these students as anti-Semitic, this is totally false. This is Zionist propaganda. They don't want the world should know the truth, what is happening in Gaza in the occupation for the past 76 years. We admire these students who are standing up for the truth. They will be on the right side of the history. So we, as Jewish people, are here to say that the occupation needs to be stopped. Then we will join the peace that did exist in Palestine prior to the movement of Zionism.
Are you surprised when you heard the news of...
Of course, this is very surprising to us and to all citizens of the United States. This is against the freedom of speech, and nobody has thought that it's going to take so hard on us, but we will not be intimidated. We will stand for the truth. We will stand against this occupation, against the reason for the bloodshed in the world. The world is seeking for a solution for 76 years to the rivers of bloodshed on both sides. Nobody wants this bloodshed. But why is this bloodshed happening? Because there is occupation. We need to retract the mistake what happened 76 years with the occupation of the State of Israel.
And are you connected with any students or student activists?
We are working together usually on the protests. I'm with Matura Carta International, nkusa.org, and we as Jewish people are here to say that from the river to the sea, Palestine should be free of occupation, free of bloodshed. Thank you.
Let's do the first beat. Hey, Sarah.
Free Palestine!
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 We want justice, you say how?
We want justice, you say how?
Release Mahmoud Khalil now!
Release Mahmoud Khalil now!
We want justice, you say how?
We want justice, you say how?
Release Mahmoud Khalil now!
Release Mahmoud Khalil now!
We want justice, you say how?
We want justice, you say how?
students are under attack. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
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 When immigrants are under attack. What do we do? What do we do? When immigrants are under attack. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
We want justice, you say how?
We want justice, you say how?
Release Mahmoud Khalil now!
Release Mahmoud Khalil now.
We want justice, you say how?
We want justice, you say how?
Hands off our students now!
Hands off our students now.
Ice off our campus now!
Ice off our campus now.
Ice off our campus now!
Ice off our campus now.
From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free.
And from the sea to the river!
The sea to the river.
Palestine will live forever!
Palestine will live forever.
New York City, you will see!
New York City, you will see.
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free.
And New York City, you will learn! Refugees will return! And up with liberation! Down, down with occupation! Up with liberation! Down, down with occupation! And 1, 2, 3, 4! Open up the prison doors! 5, 6, 7, 8! Israel is a racist state! And 1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more! 5, 6, 7, 8! Israel is a racist state!
Israel is a racist state.
Say it loud and say it clear!
Say it loud and say it clear.
Liberation is near! Say it loud and say it clear! Liberation is near! And what do we want? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? If we don't get it, if we don't get it, if we don't get it, if Mahmoud doesn't get it, if our students don't get it, if Palestine doesn't get it, shut it down! Louder! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! demand. No peace on stolen land. Justice is our demand. No peace on stolen land. We want justice, you say how? I stop our campus now. We want justice, you say how? Hands off our students now. And we want justice, you say how? Release Mahmoud Khalil now. Release Mahmoud Khalil now. Hands off our students now. Ice off our campus now. Hands off our students now. Release Mahmoud Khalil now. Free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. In our thousands, in our millions. We are all Palestinian. In our millions, in our billions. We are all Palestinian. We are all Palestinian. We are all Palestinian. Today, we are gathered here to demand the release of Mahmoud Khalil, a Palestinian student organizer who was abducted from his home, who is illegally abducted from his home. And we're here to say, hands off Mahmoud Khalil. Hands off Mahmoud Khalil. Hands off Mahmoud Khalil. Ice off our campus now. Ice off our campus now. The Trump administration believes that this will stop us, that we'll be scared and we'll stay home. But is that gonna happen? No. Is that gonna happen? No. We have to continue to be in the streets to say we are not backing down, that we are gonna stand firmer than ever. Right? Right? First to the stage, I'm very excited to welcome a dear comrade, a student organizer and leader of the movement, Ibtihal Malay from the Palestinian Youth Movement. Say it loud and say it clear! ICE is not welcome here! We want justice, you say how? Hands off our students now! Hands off our students now! Where people are under attack! What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? On March 8th, Palestinian student leader Mahmoud Khalil was unconstitutionally kidnapped by the Department of Homeland Security for one reason. He took a stand and chose to fight against the genocide of the Palestinian people. For the past 16 months, Israel and the United States have waged a horrific genocide on the people of Gaza that has left over 100,000 murdered and countless more maimed. Gaza's 2 million residents have been starved and displaced several times over. Children have been left without parents. Parents have been left without children. And entire bloodlines have been erased. The overwhelming majority of Gaza's life-giving infrastructure, from hospitals to schools to sewage and water treatment plants, have been completely destroyed by Israel with United States weapons. Even after a ceasefire has been reached, Israel continues its genocide on the Palestinians of Gaza. Just these past weeks, and in a blatant violation of the ceasefire agreement, international law, and all principles of justice and humanity, Israel has cut Gaza off from all humanitarian aid, electricity, and shelter and equipment Palestinians will need to rebuild their cities and lives. These are the conditions that Mahmoud has spent the last 16 months speaking out against. As a student activist at Columbia University, Mahmoud is part of the historic movement for Palestine that has erupted in every city of the United States and world. This is a movement for life, for self-determination, for justice. This is a movement that says no to the slaughter of Gaza's women and children. It says no to the kidnapping and imprisonment of its men. It says no to the theft of its people's land. This is a movement for the rights of the Palestinian people and all people ravaged by exploitation, war and imperialism, and to live freely and in peace. And this is a movement of the majority. This is a movement that is wildly supported here in the United States. Hundreds of thousands of Americans have joined pro-Palestine protests, and surveys show that support for Israel is the lowest it has been in the last 25 years. The reality and the movement for Palestine terrify the Trump administration, just as they terrified the Biden administration before it. How else can we explain the absurd attempts of this administration to equate protesting a genocide with terrorism? How else do we understand this government's position that it is more criminal or heinous to organize against the slaughter of Palestinian men, women, and children than it is to commit that slaughter? By unleashing ICE and the DHS on Mahmoud Khalil, Trump thinks he can strip us of our rights, attack our movement, and weaken our commitment to fight for our people. To that we say, you are wrong. We will not be silenced. We will not be silenced. We will continue to organize, and we will continue to struggle until the complete liberation of Palestine. Today, the Palestine movement joins our brothers and sisters in the immigrant rights movement and all progressive forces to demand the release of Mahmoud Khalil, to demand an end to the targeting and harassment of all students, and to demand that ICE get off of our campuses. Free Mahmoud Khalil and free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! When students are under attack! What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? When students are under attack! What do we do? What do we do? From the belly of the beast! From the belly of welcome Fahad from drum. Daisy's rising up and moving.
Assalamu alaikum. We've been here before. 21 years ago, we were right here when another student from CUNY Maritime was being expelled from school and being put into deportation proceedings because he was a Nigerian Muslim, Suleiman Olatakun. We were also here 24 years ago, right outside of Federal Plaza, when hundreds of men stood outside in lines starting at 5 a.m. because they came from Muslim countries and the government forced them to register because they were from Muslim countries. We were here 24 years ago when Farouk Abdul Mahdi, one of the most prominent Palestinian activists, was targeted for being outspoken for the Palestinian struggle in the aftermath of 9/11. And he was targeted, he was detained in prisons in New Jersey and then put into deportation proceedings. There's a saying that history doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme. And we keep finding ourselves in these same patterns. The same forces come to power. They say they practice the same ways. The mix of xenophobia, of Islamophobia, of elite capitalism, of imperialists, of white supremacists, of Christian nationalists. These are the forces that we're up against. And it is important for us to be out here and confront them every step of the way. We were also here 8 years ago, almost exactly 8 years ago, when the first Muslim ban was announced and people were caught in the airports. And we were first in the airports, outside the airports, and then we came here. Very likely tomorrow, the next travel ban will be announced. Again, listing several Muslim countries alongside Cuba and Venezuela. Are we going to stand by idly and let it happen? No! Fuck no. So it is very important for us to be out here on the streets, to be in solidarity with each other, to show that we stand against what's happening. But it's even more important what happens when we go back home. When we go back to our schools, we need a lot more people to be organized. We need a lot more people to be out here. We need to go back and organize in our schools, organize in our apartment buildings, organize in our neighborhoods, organize in our martial arts clubs, in our bowling leagues, in our knitting club. We need millions and millions of people to be active and engaged, because fascists don't listen to reason. Fascists don't listen to morality. Fascists don't care about protests. Fascists don't care about what the media will cover. Fascists have to be confronted by numbers that show that they will be defeated. And it is on every one of us to help build those numbers. If you came out here and you're not a part of an organization, I highly recommend that you join one. If you can't join an organization, build a group of people in your school, in your neighborhoods, in your mosque, in your church, and get organized. The only way we beat fascists back is in the streets through confrontation and showing them that we are more powerful than them. So lots of love, lots of solidarity to all of you for being out here today. We hope to continue to see you next time with more people, with new faces out every time. Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Thank you. We want justice, you say how? ICE off our campus now! We want justice, you say how? ICE off our campus now! ICE off our campus now! That's right. ICE off our campuses right now. We need ICE off our campuses right now. And we need freedom for Mahmoud Khalil right now. And as the last speaker said, as Fahad said, that's only going to happen through organization and through increasing our organization. I'm going to call up now someone to address us who knows a lot about organization, Brian Becker from the Party for Socialism and Liberation. Sisters and brothers, just a little while ago, Donald Trump took to social media to celebrate the arrest of Mahmoud Khalil, to make it clear that the Trump administration intends to go through with this illegal kidnapping and deportation. They intend to go through with this. The reason Trump had to get personally involved and go to social media is because more than 1 million people in the last day have signed that statement demanding the release and freedom of Mahmoud Khalil. 1 million people. I think we have to sort of reflect on the moment that we're in and understand how serious this actually is. This will be, I believe, the epic battle. Donald Trump, if he can succeed with the arrest, kidnapping, and deportation of students exercising First Amendment rights to speak up and to speak out, if he gets away with this, he believes that he can suppress the immigrant rights movement, the labor movement, the women's movement, the LGBTQ movement. He feels that if they can win here, that this will be beginning of the right-wing political dictatorship that the billionaires actually want. This is what they actually are trying to achieve. And I think we have to make it clear to them that the 1 million people who supported Mahmoud in the last day will turn into 10 million and 20 million and 30 million people to say no. The only way we will win is by, one, not being afraid, refusing to be intimidated, mobilizing, being serious, and being confident that we can win. Can we win? Can we win? Can we win? Look at what's happened to the Democratic Party. They staged this phony, pretend performance at the State of the Union address. They said before the election that if Trump was elected, that it would be the end of American democracy. Well, the arrest of Mahmoud Khalil is an indicator of what the end of democracy looks like, and the Democrats are not here, but we are here. This is the beginning of the epic battle.
We cannot think of this demonstration as just one more activity. We have to fight now, like the fight for our lives, the fight for this country, the fight to end genocide, the fight to stop a right-wing political dictatorship. And frankly speaking, the masses of people in this country are with us. They're not with Donald Trump, but we have to mobilize and fight and win. Thank you very much. Free Palestine. Free Mahmud. Free Mahmud. Right now. Thank you.
I believe that we will win.
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 I believe that Palestine will win.
I believe that Palestine will win.
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
As Brian said, this is a serious moment. This is not a time to be afraid and to be scared. This is not the time to stay home. This is a fight for our futures. This is a fight for our citizens. And we must fight. Are we going to fight? Are we going to lay down and play dead? Are we going to fight? Are we going to fight by ourselves? We're going to fight with the thousands and millions of people. In less than 24 hours, over 1 million people have signed the petition for the release of Mahmoud Khalil. This is not a time to be by ourselves. We must build with the millions and billions, because that is how we make revolution. Next up, I'd like to welcome Gustavo Gordillo from the DSA.
Hey everyone, my name is Gustavo. I'm a union construction worker and I'm the co-chair of the New York City Democratic Socialists of America. Like Mahmoud, I came to the US with a green card and I had one until I was 18 years old. Today, I felt like I wanted to cry learning about the news about his detention. The White House posted Donald Trump's stomach-churning statement, which reads, ICE proudly apprehended and detained Mahmoud Khalil, a radical foreign pro-Hamas student on the campus of Columbia University. This is the first arrest of many to come. Boo! Donald Trump and the apartheid Israeli government he serves want to create a chilling effect where all of us feel afraid to exercise our political rights. This is retribution for standing up to US-backed genocide in Palestine. They chose Mahmoud as a target on purpose. They chose him because he's from a marginalized community. They chose him because they thought he would be an easy target. Now the precedent is set, and they won't stop with the marginalized. In the US, we're taught that the foundation of this country is freedom. But is Mahmoud free? No! Are all of us now free to protest the atrocities committed in our name? No! Are we free when we can't afford housing or health care? No! Are we free when many are too poor to live? No! Right now, the Republicans are teaching us a lesson about villainizing and dehumanizing. They make figures like Hamas and quote-unquote terrorists into effective enemies. I think all of us in the working class movement need to spend more time villainizing too. There are actual terrorists in the United States, but they are not Mahmoud Khalil, nor are they the students and working class people protesting Israel's genocide. And it is definitely not the Palestinian people. The terror comes from the capitalists and their pawns. People like the CEOs of weapons manufacturers, or Jeff Bezos, who wages class war against workers and takes away their freedom economically and at the workplace. The terror comes from their fascist government and their ICE squads. There are terrorists in the United States who deserve to be detained, and they sit high up in their offices, in the financial district, and in Washington, D.C. Their goal is to demoralize you. Their goal is to scare you out of action. Their goal is to bully you out of standing up for what is right, for the working class of the world. But we are not defeated. They cannot bully us when our power comes from standing arm in arm in solidarity with each other. Trump may not like it, but we all have rights, even those of us he hates. But unless we fight for them, our rights will become a meaningless legality. New York City DSA will always fight for Palestinian liberation. And today we say to Donald Trump and the entire ruling class, free Mahmoud Khalil. I want to end with a chant. Repeat after me. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love each other and support each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains. Thank you.
We want justice, you say how? Release Mahmoud Khalil now! We want justice, you say how? Release Mahmoud Khalil now! Release Mahmoud Khalil now! Release Mahmoud Khalil now! That's right, Mahmoud Khalil must be released right now! He must be released right now because he is on the side of justice, he is on the side of truth, and he represents the majority of the people in this country. We see that from the millions who have signed on his petition. We see that from the thousands gathered here today. And we see that from those who have been organizing for the past 16 months against Israeli genocide, in the immigrants' rights movement, and against political repression in progressive movements generally. We know that Mahmoud and the attack on Mahmoud is just the first of many planned attacks by the Trump administration. We know that this is coming for the immigrants' rights movement. It's already hitting the immigrants' rights movement. We won't meet that with fear. We'll meet that with continued organization, and we'll meet that with strong political leadership. I'm going to call up now someone who knows a lot about both of these things, an experienced leader in the immigrant rights movement, Ravi from the New Sanctuary Coalition.
We heard that there are terrorists in this country. Do we know where they are? In the White House, right? In the White House. They are a bunch of terrorists and they are out to terrorize us. But we have been here for many years. You heard Fahad talk about 28 years from the day, the 9/11 and the NCS. We hear about all the times of the travel ban, but we also remember in 2018. Who remembers what happened in 2018? Right? Where we are standing, this is exactly what happened in 2018 when they tried to take me away and deport me. Same exact reason, because I was outspoken against that administration, because I was outspoken against ICE and who they are, and the terrorism that they instill on our community. They want to terrorize us. They want to intimidate us. They want us to be afraid of them. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We will stand up against them. I want to share a few things with you. That Immigration and Customs Enforcement is a civil agency. It's a civil agency, which means that they do not have law enforcement as they say. They call themselves law enforcement. Fuck that. They are civil agency. Right? And not only that, they are part of the INA, Immigration and Naturalization Act, which only adheres to non-citizens. So if you're a citizen and an ICE officer wants to talk to you, fuck off. Right? Stand up. They are not allowed to come to your home. They are not allowed to go into your home with or without a fucking warrant. Because they are a civil agency and it only applies to non-citizens. So you citizens need to stand up and push back wherever you are, at your home, at your business, on the streets. When you see them, And we don't wanna push back, especially if you look like me. Especially if you look brown and black. They are gonna come after you. They are gonna target you. We are not going to allow that. We are going to stand up. There's one other thing that people don't know about immigration and customs enforcement. It's a plenary agency. A plenary agency is not bound by the Constitution of the United States. I'll repeat that because that is very important. They are not bound by the Constitution of the United States. They work outside the fucking Constitution. So legislation, Congress, the judges, the judiciary, they don't have to listen to anyone. Right? That's how powerful they are. Does that bring back memories of what happened in the 1940s? The SSS, these secret fucking agencies. I'm sorry, I have to stop cursing. These agencies that are secret, that are going to disappear people, that's what they want to be. But they are not going to be that because we are going to stop them. We are going to stand up. We are going to refuse to let them act on our soil, on our home. This is my home. I was born in Trinidad, but this is my home. This is Khalil's home. This is Mahmoud's home. Right? We have been here. We are making this our community. You all are part of that community. We are going to stand up. We are going to fight. We are not going to allow this agency, this administration to instill fear. We are not fearful. We are strong. We are unafraid. And we are going to stand up and fight. Free Mahmoud! Free Mahmoud!
New York City, you will see. Mahmoud Khalil will be free. New York City, you will see. Palestine will be free. When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? We refuse to be intimidated, right? In our thousands and our millions, we refuse to be intimidated. Next, we'll welcome Alexa Aviles, New York City Councilwoman, to the stage.
Hola, mi gente! My name is Alexa Aviles. I am a council member representing District 38 in South Brooklyn, and I'm the chair of the Immigration Committee. And I stand here in solidarity, shouting for a free Palestine. Mi gente, what we see is fascism. Someone just asked me, why are the flags half-mast? And the only thing that could come to my mind is the death of democracy under this fascist. But we say no. We say no to fascism. We say no. We are standing here in support of a free Palestine. We are standing, demanding the freedom of Khalil. If they cannot hear us, we must be louder. We must organize. They are coming for all of us. And it is us who will protect each other. ICE and the Trump band of bigots have no place here in New York City. So when they come in our neighborhoods, you make sure to let them know that they are not welcomed here. You take out your cameras and you photograph them and you videotape them and you let them know they are not welcome in New York City. So I need you all to organize, to bring your friends, to let them know that we are unafraid and we will fight for our rights. And we will fight for every neighbor that is under attack. They will not come for our trans siblings. We got your back. They will not come for our Palestinian siblings. We got your back. They will not come for undocumented siblings. We got your back. Thank you so much. Let's keep fighting, y'all.
Free, free Palestine.
Palestine. We have to keep building this movement in as many different sectors as they exist in our city. As we've heard through this program, every single person in your community, in your church, in the groups that you attend, social events in, keep bringing more and more and more people into this movement. This is the way we will ensure the release of Mahmoud Khalil. This is the way we will ensure the release of Mahmoud Khalil. This is the way we will beat back these fascistic ICE attacks. This is the way that we will keep struggling for a free Palestine. And this is the way that we will continue to uphold everything that our various movements have fought for. I'm going to call now Tal from JVP.
Hey, good afternoon, y'all. Like I said, I'm here with JVP, with Jewish Voice for Peace, the largest anti-Zionist organization, Jewish organization in the United States. This afternoon, Trump tweeted out a taunt, Shalom Mahmud. Shalom, using the language of the Jewish people to taunt a man who was abducted while his 8-month pregnant wife desperately searches for him. He did this in the name of the Jewish people, and we refuse. We refuse to allow him to weaponize our religion, to weaponize our identities. Jews in the United States know what it means when the federal government weaponizes terrorism laws and immigration laws to come after people fighting for justice and collective liberation. It happened to the Rosenbergs, it happened to the Holy Land Five, and we refuse to allow it to happen to Mahmoud. Not in the name of the Jewish people, not in the name of collective liberation. Absolutely not. We will fight for our Palestinian siblings every day. We will refuse to allow this fascist regime to continue to co-opt the idea of Jewish safety as a cover for its obscene, disgusting immigration policies, for the weaponization of its laws and of its immigration systems against the movement for Palestinian liberation. We will fight every day. Jews everywhere must stand up. And Mahmoud will be free. We say justice, you say how?
We say justice, you say how?
Free Mahmoud Khalil now!
Free Mahmoud Khalil now!
Thank you. Free Palestine.
We want justice, you say how?
We want justice, you say how?
Free Mahmoud Khalil now!
Free Mahmoud Khalil now!
We want justice, you say how?
We want justice, you say how?
Free Mahmoud Khalil now!
Free Mahmoud Khalil now!
When immigrant rights are under attack!
When immigrant rights are under attack!
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
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 We're gonna stand up and fight back. Next, I want to welcome Mahmud, the president of the New York Immigrant Coalition.
What's good, beautiful people of New York City? How are y'all doing? Are you fired up? Are you fired up? If we're going to try to free and release Mahmoud Khalil, we're going to have to be a little bit louder. So when our communities are under attack, what do we do? When our communities are under attack, what do we do? My name is Murad Awalda. I'm the president and CEO of the New York Immigration Coalition. What we are witnessing today, and what we have been witnessing, not just under this presidency, but previously, is the inching towards fascism in this country. And now we don't have to say it's coming. It is here. It is shameful. It is incredibly shameful that our communities have to continue to endure
under this fascist regime simply to deliver on a publicity stunt of a campaign called mass deportation. Shame. It has never been about safety and security. It has always been about cruelty, and that is their point. This is, yes, it is white supremacy. This is blatantly unconstitutional on what they are doing to Mahmud. The message that they are trying to send, which is a deplorable one, is that no one is protected under free speech in this country anymore. Mahmud and all people who live in this country are guaranteed due process. And this is not just an attack on Mahmud because he has a green card. This is an attack on all immigrants who call this country home. A green card or any status can only be taken away through an immigration court process. But this fascist regime thinks that they are kings and can just issue a decree and that is it. But they have a rude awakening because the people of New York City, the people of New York State, and the people of this country will rise up. We will rise up to defeat fascism. We will rise up to defeat those who have enabled it. And I want to say something that I know this rally is about ICE out of campuses, but we need ICE out of our schools, ICE out of our hospitals, ICE out of our communities, ICE out of our streets. They do not belong anywhere near any of our people. They do not keep us safe. And day in and day out, the only people keeping us community safe is each other. Keep that in mind. Keep fighting for Mahmud and every other Mahmud that we do not know today. And the biggest shame goes to Columbia University. The biggest shame goes to Columbia University for allowing ICE to operate on their property. It also allows them to continue to hide behind this fallacy that they have policies. What good are your policies when your students are under attack? Shame on Columbia. Shame on anyone who stands and says that this action is justified. Shame on every single person who continues to enable this atrocity to continue. Thank you all for standing up and continue to hit the streets, continue to raise up your voices, and continue to call every single one of your congressional members and demand the release of Mahmud and every other person in detention. Thank you.
When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Free Mahmoud Khalil now!
Free Mahmoud Khalil now.
Free Mahmoud Khalil now!
Free Mahmoud Khalil now.
Free Mahmoud Khalil now!
Free Mahmoud Khalil now.
We will not be intimidated. We will not be beaten back. We will not be made to feel afraid. We have gone too far. We have organized too much. We have built too much trust in each other, and we have built strong organizations. We will continue doing this. This is how we will get freedom for Mahmoud Khalil. This is how we will get ICE off of our campuses and out of our communities. This is how we will ensure justice for immigrants. And this is how we will ensure a free Palestine. All of this takes organization. All of this takes work. All of this takes consistency. I'm going to call now someone who knows a lot about these things, Manolo from the People's Forum.
Free Mahmoud Khalil! Free Mahmoud Khalil! We have a message for Trump. You think you can threaten us? You think you can intimidate us? Well, we have a response for you. We are not stepping back. We are not staying quiet. We are not going home. We are here to fight for Palestine. We are here to fight for immigrants. We are here to fight for all our rights. They made a mistake in arresting Mahmoud because they thought it would happen in silence, that people wouldn't react. But all we have seen across the country has been millions of people coming together to defend Mahmoud. And today, thousands have come together here in New York. Are you ready to march? Are you ready to march? But we want to do more than just march, because this moment requires each and every one of us to fight and to organize. Only the millions of people together, not just in New York, but across the country, can defeat and win over the fascists. So we're going to get ready to march, but I also want to remind you that we have our organizing meeting every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Who's coming to the People's Forum today at 6:30? Because they may have so-called infinite power. They think they have infinite money, but we have something greater than anything they have. And that's infinite people power. So let's get ready to march. We're going to start forming the front of the march to your right, my left to your right. And we're going to march, and we're going to be loud. Free Mahmoud Khalil! Free Mahmoud Khalil! Free Mahmoud Khalil!
Release Mahmoud Khalil now! We want justice, you say how? Release Mahmoud Khalil now! We want justice, you say how? Hands off our students now! Ice off our campus now! Ice off our campus now! We want justice, you say how? Ice out of New York now! Ice out of New York now! Hands off our students now! Hands off our students now! We want justice, you say how? Release Mahmoud Khalil!